Welcome back to the floor of the CME Group here in Chicago, January 31st, last day of the month, folks. A lot to talk about. I'm Killer from Treasury Curve. Treasury Curve is an institutional money market portal. We assist firms in their overnight cash management. This political unrest we've been alluding to and talking about is really coming to a head. Currently in Cairo, Egypt, they are manning up the streets. Everyone is going out there for this million-man march. They're trying to act as protesters, and obviously this volatility has been produced from this Middle East unrest. What a phenomenal, wicked move to the downside on Friday. We've been talking about this, looking for this, and we got it, folks. I talked about that 1281 in the S&P being that pivot. We rocked under there. We would go to 1271, and we did. It was just a 70-point move in the Nasdaq, a 25-point move in the spoo. You don't see moves like that too often, and it was kind of confirmed on that high volume. I want to talk about this week. We have a lot to settle out in the Middle East. Obviously, people are focused on that, and it's important. We have unemployment coming Friday. We kind of tend to forget about some things when we're so focused on one issue at hand. And seeing that powerful move down, I really think it brings a lot of people to today's trade. And is it on pause? Because currently we're seeing the market sitting here and actually up a little bit. The S&P is trading about 1280 right now. So is this market on pause? Is it going down further? Are we going to have more to come with this Middle East situation? You tell me. Get me at the Killer on my Twitter or comment here on this video. Nonetheless, folks, we have an interesting situation brewing, and I talked about Uncle Ben. Ben Bernanke has been sitting there with the cauldron and brewing this pot for a while, and he has QE in there. He has the municipal issue in there. He has the sovereign debt, but no one's really looking at that anymore. We're talking about the Middle East. So I don't know about you, but when you walk away, when you're boiling water, what happens 9 out of 10 times? The froth comes up and it boils over. So we could really see some serious trading this week. Be mindful of that and keep that in the back of your head. I want to drill down a little bit here on these treasuries. Finally got out of that range a little bit we talked about last week. If you follow me on Twitter, we had some good pivots there last week, and it went to that objective of 121.13 on Friday. Right now the 30-year pivot's coming in at 120.30. That overnight range is 120.25 to 121.23. The 10-year weekly pivot's coming in at 120.25. And I think, that 100-day in the 10-year, I like to look at those 100 days, 123.06. And clearly everything is focused on the Middle East, this Cairo, Egypt situation. Every market is contingent on that right now, right here. The spoo, it was a wicked sell-off. It really got under that 1281, went down to 71. You saw on the close at 314. It was trading about 1274, 1275. They made a new high, or excuse me, a new low at 1269.75. You're seeing the HFT, the high frequency trading systems, on. It is a full boat switch up to the upside, and we'll continue to see that high frequency trading in the markets until the situation is resolved one way or the other. The euro currency, we saw the U.S. index get crushed again today. New lows in the U.S. dollar index. We saw an overnight range of 135.64 to 137.34. Now last week it was a high of 137.40. They're trying to test that. In the event they get that marginal new high could spell out two things. One, we're going higher, or it could come off harder. But I think the euro currency is only looking at the U.S. dollar index, and it's kind of oblivious right now to the Middle East situation. Wild week ahead, folks. I'm the Killer from the floor of the CME Group. Remember one thing this week, be the hammer, not the nail.